So hello, welcome back to RS Thinks. Today we've got the BYD Atto 3. You can tell from the number plate that I'm not in the UK, I'm in Germany. So I've actually hired this. We've flown in yesterday for a family event just before Christmas. I've gone with the BYD Atto 3 because there's a lot of interest in this car. It's very popular. In July of this year in Sweden, it outsold the ID4 and the Model Y. So it just shows how popular it is. At the front, you've got the BYD badge, BYD Build Your Dreams. At the back, there's an even bigger badge, which actually writes it across the back. I believe that's going to be optional now for the UK market, because I think a lot of people are getting that removed because it does look quite big and kind of dominates the back end. Anyway, we got nice sort of silver detailing coming all the way around from the side, around to the front. It's like a matte chrome finish, which looks really good. Left and right, we've got air vents at the side here to let the air go through. Parking sensors at the side, space for the tow hook here, little flap that comes up. We've also got the radar cruise control at the bottom there. Headlights, you've got the daytime running light that runs across here, and then you've got two sort of prism sort of headlights in here that are actually LED. They've also got the usual high beam assist as well, so it'll turn itself on and off. So moving to the side, we have a side located charge port with the usual CCS and Type 2. If you buy the top spec of this car, you get 11 kilowatt charging on AC, otherwise you'll get 7, and DC charging is up to 88 kilowatts. The wheels are 18-inch, and I quite like them. They look really good. They've got diamond cut as well, black and the silver, to really good contrast. And then just looking at it from the side as well, it looks like a VW Group car to me. It's got the same kind of styling features. It looks like a small Skoda maybe a little ID car, because it's got this kind of detail on the back here as well that looks quite good. There are also roof bars on here too that actually work. MG, I'm looking at you. These will take up to 50 kilograms of weight in a roof box or something. And you've also got a panoramic and openable sunroof, which is really good. And that's standard across the range. So from the base model to the top model, they all get this. So moving to the back of the car now, we've got the big Build Your Dreams badge on the back here. I'm sure there's some anagrams in there, like put some in the comments, give us a bit of a laugh. And then just the BYD Atto 3 moniker down here. Now an Atto is the smallest unit of time that can be measured in physics. So they wanted to kind of keep like a techie kind of name with this, so they went with Atto 3. The back, we got usual parking sensors, left and right, and we got the trunk release, boot release just under here. Now just looking at the back, I can see kind of styling cues from lots of other different manufacturers here. We've got a little bit of Mercedes in the back, the way that it kind of swoops up and over like a curve. You've also got a light bar that runs across the back too. It looks a bit smart, like the new EV smart car, very, very similar. And if you look closely at the rear lights, they've got like a little kind of crystal sort of Skoda sort of theme to them as well. So it looks like they've taken lots of different styling influences and kind of put them into the rear of this car. And it does look actually quite nice. It's very, very nice looking, very plain, very smooth. And at night it looks really cool when all the lights are on and you get the red light bar going across. So let's open it up and have a look in the boot. So it's got 440 litres of space, which is kind of the lower end for cars of this segment. The e-Niro gets 475 litres. The ID4 gets 543 litres, but it is a usable size. We got this from the airport yesterday and we had 3 kind of cases in here, no problem. It's got a variable boot floor as well, so you can lift this up. You can actually lower it down to get more height. At the moment, it's got all the charging cables in here, so you've got an EVSE cable, like a wall charger, Type 2 cable. You've got the bits and pieces for if you get a puncture, and then to the left and right, there's more storage compartments too. I can't see a 12-volt socket in the back, but I believe there is one, I think maybe in the front. So we can have a look at that later. But yeah, it's a pretty decent boot. So let's see how much room there is in the back. If you've seen my videos before, I always do this test. I'm about 6'2", 6'3" tall. I've got the driver's seat set to how I would have it. Only difference in this video, it's a left-hand drive car, but essentially it's going to be the same. So let's see how much room I've got in the back. So initial thoughts are, yeah, there's quite a lot of room here. So there's a good inch and a half between my knee and the back of the seat. It's not sculpted out, but loads of room. To the left and right, you've got 2 pockets and a bigger pocket underneath, so plenty storage options. Then I'm noticing as well, because the seat is kind of sculpted, it's kind of wider here and narrow at the top, visibility is quite good for looking around. Headroom, it's okay. Because it's got the glass roof, there's kind of like a step between where the headliner is here to where the glass roof is. So if I wanted more headroom, I could kind of just shuffle over a bit more, and then I've got the full height then all the way to the glass. So there's this much room between my head and the glass. And if I shuffle left, I've got probably that much room between my head and the headliner. But yeah, I could still stay here for quite a long time on a long trip. We've got a armrest in the middle, the 2 drink holders here. It's not load through. Obviously the usual headrests in the back, in the middle as well. Seats feel really comfy. I haven't sat in the back yet, but if they're anything like the front ones, then they'll be quite good on a long trip. In the middle, we've got heating controls, little BYD design logo, looks quite cool. And there's a Type A and a Type C charger in there, in the center console in the middle, which is good. The floor is completely flat, so that'd be great for loading. You're not going to get the usual thing where someone's sitting in the middle and their feet are on the hump where the transmission tunnel is. Completely flat, it's really good. And just also underneath the USB sockets, there is a little storage pinnacle there as well. So yeah, this is quite good. It's quite good. I like this. You've got a little light here as well. It will turn on and off. It's just got the door open at the moment, but it's not doing that. The door contains a little speaker at the top, and then you've got a bigger speaker at the bottom. So it's got 8 speakers as standard across the range. The door handle is slightly quirky in as much as it's this little thing here. So you roll this backwards and it opens the door. So that's quite a little quirky touch, but I think that works quite well. It's like a piece of design. You've got the speaker with the aluminium and the little latch on the top. Looks quite good. The door pull looks like a big aluminium like wrench almost. Quite a nice design touch. And at the bottom of the door there's a storage compartment which can only be described as 3 strings from a guitar. But as I go into in a minute, the theme of the car is like fitness, like sports fitness. So I'll explain more about that later. So on the wing mirror here, we've got the NFC logo. And this is something that's going to be coming soon, probably via an over-the-air update. Incidentally, yes, this car gets over-the-air updates, and yes, they've been getting updates recently. VW, do you want to maybe give them a call and see if they can help you with your over-the-air updates? Because that would be great. Anyway, so NFC is coming to Google and Apple soon, where you'll be able to use your phone or your watch or another device to basically open your car and use it like a digital key. So all BYD cars are going to come with this. The Dolphin and the Seal also have this facility as well. It just may not be live at the moment, but it is coming soon. So that being said, let's have a look inside the front. So let's look at the interior and the cockpit. So the theme in this car is sports fitness. So this is kind of shown with some of the materials and some of the design features here. So immediately we've got the air vent in the middle and the ones on the side. Apparently this is supposed to mimic a dumbbell. So you've got the different sort of slats here that are supposed to be the weights. The drive mode selector kind of resembles a kettlebell handle when you're moving that. You've got other bits of trim here that's supposed to resemble a treadmill. So the finish on this armrest here that's kind of embossed into the vegan leather. The whole car is vegan leather, so very environmentally conscious. Lift this up, it's got quite a deep storage pocket in here, which is quite good. Also, there's reference to boxing rings. So do you remember in the back with the little strings going across the bottom of the door pocket? Imagine that's the boxing ring, the kind of ropes around the edges in there. So again, another quirky little design feature. The seats are really comfortable here. I would call these sports seats because they're quite grippy. They're good in like the midships area here. They've got a one-piece headrest that is sort of exactly in the place where I would want it if I'm driving. We did a couple of hours in the car yesterday driving from the airport to where we are, and I can say very, very comfortable. You can probably see the huge screen here, so I'll just turn the car on. Let's turn the air vents off. There we go. So this is the 12.8 inch screen. If you get the top of the range version, you get a 15.6 inch screen, and runs Android Auto, it runs Apple CarPlay, it actually does Android Auto wireless. When I first picked the car up, I was plugging my wire in, but just as a fluke this morning, I didn't, and it actually came on, so I wasn't aware it was wireless. So maybe that was one of the over-the-air updates. But just looking through, if we go back to the BYD menus, it's very quick. It's super responsive. It's got its own sat nav. It's got built-in Spotify as well, so you can just log in with your credentials. You've got your own Spotify music coming in. As I said, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay. Very good, very nice, like it. Little quirk, press the button on the steering wheel and it'll move into portrait mode, which is really cool. Great for navigation using the inbuilt system, but if you're using Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, then it won't allow you to use it in portrait mode. So if you're in portrait mode, you go into Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, it will automatically go back to landscape, and then you just can't press the button to make it switch between it. Not too bothered really. I think it looks okay as it is. There is a little quirk though, so when you are using either Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, you do lose the heating controls across the bottom of the screen. So if I go to Android Auto now, you see it's now saying switching back to landscape, but the screen is just taken over fully by Android Auto. To get back to your heater controls, you need to click onto the thing, choose BYD, and then you're back to the screen and the heater controls are on the bottom. You can to some extent use your voice to control the heater settings too. It does have voice response, but if you're looking for something specific, then sometimes the button is quicker, especially with the voice control not always recognizing what you're saying. So steering wheel is clad in the same vegan leather as the rest of the car with the seats. It's nice, feels quite sporty. It's not too thick. It's got the flat bottom and it's got various buttons on the left and right of here that are kind of laid out quite well. You've got two rotary controls to do things like volume or changing values, say of like the cruise control or whatever. Indicator stalks, wipers, usual. And then behind the steering wheel, you've got a 5-inch display that shows you all your usual driver things, your speed and your range, and if you're recharging, all that usual stuff. So that was quite good. It's quite clear as well. I was quite impressed with that. Some cars I've been in, it's like slightly fuzzy, slightly pixelated, but this is really good. So one really cool feature the car has, and this is standard, is an all-round vehicle view. So it has a 360-degree camera that you can see. This is just blanked out at the moment because I've got the door open, but you get a visual overhead 360-degree view. You can also see this view here for parking and manoeuvring. So you can see at the moment we're in a car park. You can do various views directly from behind, from the sides, from the other side. Very useful, and usually a feature found on cars costing twice, 3 times as much as this one. Headroom in the front is really good, but then being tall, I have got the seat on its kind of lowest setting. The driver's seat is 6-way electrically adjustable, so you can go every which way you want, and you've got height. The passenger seat is only 4-way adjustable, so you can do everything apart from height. In the door, you've got the same handle as you've got in the back, so you just roll this back and the door opens. You've got the little mini speaker, the tweeter on the door as well, big speaker in the bottom. You've got the big kind of wrench handle for the door pull, and again at the bottom you've got the three red strings there too to keep your bottles into the bottle holder. So we're on the road in the Atto 3. We're just heading back to Nuremberg now. We've got to go and drop it back, but we're going a bit early because we want to go and take in the Christmas market. if we can. So I'll just give you a few of my thoughts about how it drives. I think it drives really well. It's really smooth, but it is an electric car, so it is going to be. In eco mode, when you plant your foot down, it is a bit hesitant to take off, but in sport mode, it does go really quick. 0 to 60 is 7.35 seconds. Top speed is 100 miles an hour. Now, being in Germany, we can actually try that. So we've done an indicated 150 kilometers an hour on the autobahn in the de-restricted section, and it felt planted. It felt really good. You could tell that it was being restricted by software though, because as it was pulling up to 100 miles an hour, there was lots of power there, and then suddenly the power just dropped off. So it is a software limit, I believe. It's also got vehicle to load, so you can get an adapter that will plug into the Type 2 port, which will give you up to 3.6 kilowatts on vehicle to load. So if you're going to go camping, or you want to use, I don't know, say a Hoover or a power washer or something on your car, you can plug it into the car and use it directly. You could probably even plug in a granny charger and charge another car if need be, which I think is quite a cool feature. The battery is a lithium iron phosphate battery, which is cobalt free. So everyone who's seen posts about cobalt and things on social media where people keep ranting on about ethical mining of cobalt and everything, well, this has no cobalt in it whatsoever. It's lithium iron phosphate. It's a blade battery, and that refers to the configuration of the cells. So I think of them, they're kind of like stacked like a radiator, almost like a blade, and that helps with the weight distribution and also the handling of the car too. I'll put up a graphic if I can find one. So because this car is heavily connected to the internet, like every EV is, when you register the car new, you get an allowance of 1.5 gigabytes of data per month included for the first 2 years, and that's totally free. In that allowance, you get 500 megabytes of over-the-air updates as well. So this is something that they provided for free. So you get, I'm guessing, map updates, software updates, things like that. Recently, I believe there's been a software update to enable some of the connectivity in the entertainment system. So I don't think Android Auto was enabled at launch. They were still working on that. So the over-the-air updates are just a seamless way of getting the software updates to the car, which I think is a really good thing. If only VW had got their act together. Like, we all know what the issues have been with those cars, and over-the-air updates come and cars get bricked and you've got to take it back to the dealer, and it's not been as successful. But from the anecdotal messages that I've seen when I was preparing to make this video, I've seen that BYD seem to have got their act together, which is good. We picked the car up on Friday, it's now Sunday, and we've driven approximately 500 kilometers, I think, and our economy is 22 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. I'll work that out in miles per kilowatt hour. The temperature we've been seeing here has never gone higher than 6 degrees, so we've had the heating on most of the time. But we're fortunate that the car's got a heat pump, and the heat pump is standard across the range. It's not an optional extra, so that's pretty good. You're always going to get the maximum economy with a heat pump because you're not using like the inefficient matrix heating. So that's been good. We've also got heated seats, heated steering wheel in the front, which again is really good. The car warms up pretty quickly. A complaint my daughter had though is when we first got in the car seats were really cold because they're leather or vegan leather. They're not going to retain their heat a lot, so she was having to sit on her coat to keep warm, but that's just a minor complaint really. So that was the BYD Atto 3. I really like the car. I really think I could see myself in one of these. It's got everything that I would be looking for in a car. It looks quite stylish. I really like the sort of European VW Group kind of styling to it. It really makes it look premium. The interior, while a little quirky, again, I like it because it's not boring, it's not mainstream, it's not black and grey, it's kind of light and airy, which is good. Really love the panoramic sunroof as well. It's not rattling, which maybe because it's a newer car than my ID3, but my ID3 sunroof roof is starting to rattle a little bit, but that's just a minor complaint. Really like how it drives, really like the speed, the performance, everything like that. So yeah, I think this is a really good car. So yeah, I probably would consider this as a replacement for my ID3. So on that note, thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. Let me know what you think of the car in the comments as well. It's not some cheap Chinese thing. I think it is really, really nice, really thought out, really well engineered. So give it a look if you can. I'll see you in the next video.